It's one.
It's 1 o'clock.
Hello. How are you?
Good. I'm good.
Steven. Hello. You good,
Hi.
Steven?
Yes.
Yes. We are back in the kitchen of my mother today for a Passover recipe. Something she was making during the breakfast every morning. And I was talking to my brother. He lives in Paris last week, and I told him what were your favorite Passover dishes, and so we talk about all of that and remember all the good things she was making, the haroset, which is kind of date jam, and this recipe today, this Zalabia. And with us today in the music, the beautiful Asmahan. You probably heard about Kalsoum. She was the most famous singer in Egypt and in the Arabic world until now maybe, but there was another one, younger, more beautiful than Kalsoum, and her name was Asman. She was born in Syria, but unfortunately she died. She was assassinated, and why are you smiling? Oh, this is the noise?
That's fine.
Oh no, because I'm touching her, because she's beautiful. And she was assassinated really in the middle of her career. And I can show you a picture here. This is Asman, and that comes from a beautiful book with the whole story of the Middle East, Cairo, Beirut, Damas, and Jerusalem at this time, but seen through movies, music, art, artists, but also politics, because all of that was connected together. I don't think it's in English, but if you read French, please buy this book. It's beautiful. It was offered by my friend Rima, and I love it. It's always close to me. Allez, yalla. Yalla means let's go in Arabic. What do we need for that? It's very simple.
Wait, what do you mean? Can you describe what you're making?
Yes. I didn't say that?
You said the name, but...
Oh, I said the name. Yes. So it's a donut. It's an Egyptian donut. So it's matzot, matzot. We need milk or water. You can do that with, if you don't want to use milk, you can use water. An egg, a bowl, like that, and then we'll make a sugar, a syrup, and for the syrup we need sugar, a little bit of lemon juice, water, and a pan for that. Okay? But let's start with the Zalabia. Music is okay? Not too loud?
I think it's fine.
If you want to ask questions, remember you can ask questions on comments and Steven will read them. So first thing to do, you break the matzah like that.
And where do you get that? The matzo?
The matzah, you can find that now, because it's Passover, in most of the supermarket, delis, yes. Everyone sells that. So the matzah represents, when Jews left Egypt, they had to leave Egypt very, very, very quickly because Pharaoh wants to kill them, and he gave them a night to leave. So the bread didn't have time to grow.
Rice?
To rise. Sorry, to rise. So they cooked the bread without rising, so the bread was flat. So that's why for Passover we eat this bread without yeast.
Yes.
Without yeast. Okay, so when it's really try to make it the more possible. The voice of Asmahan is really beautiful.
Let me get closer.
Come closer. So you see, we made like crumbs. It's very easy because it's dry.
So do these donuts like rise or
No,
no? They're flat donuts.
they're flat. Yes, yes. There is no yeast. Remember,
Yes.
goy. Okay, and when it's done like that, add a little bit of milk or a little bit of water, depends, and we are going to make really a paste of that until it gets
So what's the name of these donuts again?
Zalabia.
Zalabia.
Zalabia. And in every country, the Zalabia are different. They have different look, different, and you can make that Zalabia during the year, but with yeast and in Egypt it's called no metal adi. I love them. They're a little round like that, and you eat them one after the other. You add the egg, and we mix. We mix until it really becomes a paste. Remember, the matzot are extremely dry, so we don't want them dry, because if we fry them when they are dry, they will get even more harder. So we need to humidify them the more possible.
Hydrate them?
Hydrate them the more
I
possible,
guess.
yes. So you see here is still. Don't let anything dry.
Or moisturize them maybe.
Moisturize, but moisturize not for the skin only.
Yeah.
You can use that for the masa. And really, we loved that when we were kids.
This is what we had yesterday with the.
Yes, we had that yesterday. Did you like that?
Yes, I did.
So let's see. You see, you can still feel a little bit of dry. So add some milk or water again, if you don't want milk. You can moisturize them with goat milk if you want, or with almond milk, with coconut milk. The most important is to make them
Very moist.
very moist. Yes. And you see, you can even hear the sound. Now you hear the sound of. You can also do that with your hands.
Is this a dessert for the family fest?
It's not really a dessert. It's again, I don't remember we had that for dessert. We had that really
It seems like dessert. It's very sweet.
in the morning for the breakfast, or the goûter at 4 p.m. Remember, there is not a dessert tradition in Middle East. I explained that recently in another video. We have like sweet things we eat at any moment of the day, but there's not like in France the tradition of the dessert right after the dinner.
It's a shame.
No, trust me, we have very good sweet also. Okay, that should be good here. You hear the sound? Yeah, you can hear, it's not dry anymore. Okay, so now it's done. We are going to let it sit a little bit. Then the matzah can drink the liquids. And we'll come back in a few minutes for that. And we are going to prepare the syrup now. So it's a simple syrup. It's very, very simple, as its name says. 1 cup of sugar. I made 1 cup of sugar. And half of that of water. Here. Oh, I forgot something. You can flavor your Zalabia. You can add orange blossom water. I'm going to add some vanilla. Voilà. Here, sugar, come. And in the sugar and the water, add a little bit of lemon juice. Heat, not too strong. And remember, I told you before already, never mix with a spoon or anything the sugar and the water. You just do that. That's enough. Because if you use a spoon or anything else, that will crystallize. So you see what I'm using here? I'm using a thermometer. It's just because it's more simple and I don't have to look all the time. A simple syrup is 100 degrees centigrade. I don't know how much is it in Fahrenheit. And you just let it like that. And sometimes we are going to remix the sugar, okay? So you see why having a thermometer, it costs $20 to have that, and it's very, very useful for many things. While we do that, let's continue to mix the Zalabia.
I know it smells good. Yes.
And you see, it dried already. So let's add a little bit of milk again. And while we do that, we are going to warm the oil, a little bit of canola oil, no olive oil, just like that. And finish that. So you see the sugar is slowly boiling, so mix it like that. And you see it becomes translucent because the sugar is melting. And it's getting thicker. So if you continue to cook it more and more and more, you will have other step of syrup until it become caramel. Light, brown, very brown, dark, amber. There are, I don't know how many level of caramel you have, but that's the way to make caramel. You can also do caramel with only sugar. The sugar is melting, no water. Okay, let's warm that.
So that's canola oil?
Yes, canola oil, yes. I'm going to change.
I don't think it's on.
It doesn't work, this one. I don't like to use it. Okay, let's move the sugar here. And the sugar is ready. It's 100 degrees. So that's fine. You stop the... So you see, it's ready when it's like a little bit boiling like that, not too much. And you continue to stir if there is still...
Why not olive oil?
Because olive oil is not too much taste.
Too much taste.
They will give too much taste to your donuts. And remember, it's something sweet, so you don't want the taste of the olive oil in something sweet, unless it's a cake. So you see the sugar? Don't do that, huh? It's very hot. Just wait. If you want to try the sugar, you just take a little bit like that and you put it somewhere here. And then you taste. Just water and sugar. Okay, the oil. Do you know how to check if your oil is hot enough? Wooden spoon. Take a wooden spoon and you put the wooden spoon here. If nothing happened at the base of the wooden spoon, it's not hot. Look.
What should be happening?
And while the oil is warming, we are going to prepare this. another plate, some water to water your hands. Up, you water your hands a little bit, then it doesn't stick, and you make small balls like that, and you flatten them. They don't need to be super regular.
So how big are they? Roughly like
I don't know.
the size of an egg?
Size or less, a
flatness.
small egg, yes, a small egg.
Like
You can make them bigger if you want.
or like the yolk of an egg.
Yes. Yeah, yolk of an egg. That's good. Yes, you can make them bigger if you want, but it's nicer like that and seems to have much more. How many you want?
As many as you can make.
Up, some water. Then my hands don't stick. Wait, one more.
That's it?
That's it, yes, that's it for today. That's enough.
Okay.
Here we are. You see? So you have prepared another plate with paper tissue on it. Let's check the oil. No, not yet. It's not hot yet. Go more. Don't go too high here, because the last thing you want is to have like too hot. You see how the syrup is thickening now? It's perfect. And if you leave your syrup like that, tomorrow it will be hard. Can you come closer?
Is it doing something?
Yes. Look. You remember? We did it before. Nothing happening. Now, look. You see the bubbles are coming?
Yes.
That means it's hot. Means it's hot enough. It's the right temperature. So you can start.
That's very cool.
Unless you, instead of hesitating all the time, is it hot, hot enough, hot enough? And you just take that. Up and in the oil. Make sure to not burn yourself. It's pretty hot. And you wait. You
How long does it take? Like 5
like
minutes?
not even 5 minutes, 2 minutes maybe. And you make sure that you separate them. They don't stick to each other at the beginning. And hop, you turn them already. And you let them getting gold and nice.
Oh. Someone's saying it's Bobalak?
What?
I don't know how to pronounce that.
What did he say?
How do you say that?
I can't read. I can't read Simon, sorry.
It's not Simon.
Oh, it's not Simon?
I don't think so.
Sorry, I thought it was Simon. I can't
But he
read.
says you can use matzo flour as well.
You can use... Oh, I never use matzo flour, to be honest. I don't think so, because I think it's too much powder.
Oh.
But I never use matzo flour, I can't tell you.
This person says you can.
Show me what's that?
So, you not read that?
I can't read that. Sorry. And I have to do that. It's not, I can't. I have to do that, and I don't want to leave them too alone.
So Daniel asked, the main ingredient is matzah.
Main ingredients: masa, milk or water, and 1 egg. And then today I've add a little bit of vanilla extract. You can add, if you want, instead of the vanilla, orange blossom water or anything to perfume them. Anything you like. You see, they're almost ready. So you can ask the kids to come and start to drink their hot milk. Because the Zalabia... What?
Hot milk.
Hot milk, yes, that's what we were drinking when you were a kid.
I don't know.
Hot milk, no?
I've never had hot milk.
You never had hot milk in the morning? Really? No. What's your mom was giving you in the morning?
I guess cold milk.
Cold milk. Oh.
Like a weirdo.
No, not cold. Okay. Here. And here. Turn that off.
So go back down there.
You let them like a few seconds on the paper just to remove the sugar. And just let's go come back here. Yes. And just like that, as they are, up in the sugar. And now you let them soak in the sugar, in the syrup, for a few minutes. And they will stay warm. They will stay warm because the sugar is still warm. Yes, don't keep the sugar warm, huh? Because if the sugar is warm, it will penetrate more easily the donut. If the sugar is cold, it's better when it's warm. Okay. Any questions?
Well, Daniel is asking if it was masa, as in the Mexican cornmeal, which it's not, as far as I know. Matzo.
Matzo, yes.
Is different than masa. M-A-S-S-A.
Masa.
Yeah.
Because Daniel Gershlein?
No.
Oh. Masa is how you call matzo in French. In French we say masa. We don't say matzo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, you say matzot?
Here it's matzo. Matzo,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
In French it's matza.
No, you say matzo, like matzo ball.
So what's matzo? Why you?
It's a Mexican cornmeal.
Oh, it's a Mexican cornmeal. Maybe it's similar.
I don't know.
Up and now.
So you put them in water?
No, that's not in water. That's in the syrup.
Oh yeah, that's the syrup. Okay. I wasn't paying attention.
Are you not following?
No, I'm not. I was talking about the matzo situation. It's a hot argument.
Oh.
So you soak them?
Yes, you soak them in the syrup, and now they're well soaked. Soaked. Sorry. Et voilà. Keep the syrup. Make more later. And then. So yesterday we had an argument with Steven about that because usually I said I don't like cinnamon. I don't like anything with cinnamon. But I put cinnamon yesterday in this one. And he said, but
I know you wouldn't
you
eat.
usually don't like cinnamon. I said, yes, but this cinnamon on this donut remind me my childhood. So I like it. So a little bit of cinnamon like that.
It's only when it's my baking.
And that's it.
Okay.
And we're all good. And you can serve that. You want to see inside?
Yes.
You see, the sugar is inside. Try.
Too far. I want to. Sir? It's good.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Mom. It's very, very good. You want to try?
Yes.
Yes, you said yes. Et voilà. Simple, no? Do you have any questions before we say goodbye?
I don't think so.
So that was the donuts of Passover. The recipe will be on my stories for 24 hours. And then on my YouTube channel, the link is on the bio of my Instagram. And there are all the other recipes on YouTube. Weekend for us. Now our next appointment is next Tuesday, and next week we travel. We are tired to be in New York City, confined at home. So I take you for a travel, and we go to Venice in Italy, where Anne Mourier, who is an artist of the Invisible Dog, is confined there for almost 2 months now. So she sent us 3 very typical Venetian recipes we are going to make next week. I will post the name of the recipe and the ingredients you need, same on Instagram.
To clarify, we're not actually traveling.
I'm sorry?
I said to clarify, we're not actually traveling. We're traveling.
Yeah, it's poetic.
Okay.
Yes. So we travel there. Today we are in Egypt, next week we are in Italy.
Oh, no,
Yes,
no.
you travel all the time. You American. And so Anne sent us these 3 recipes we will make, extremely simple, very, very delicious, typical from Venice in Italy. Thank you very much. That was another week and a great week. Time flies. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful weekend. See you on Tuesday and listen to some Arab music at home. It's very good.